Welcome to the feedback section of CE2002 Open Close Passage 15. So in this video, you're going to take a look of the correct answers of the open close passage and to try jotting down some notes on your notebook. Question 52, use the whole sheet and both sides of the paper. So we have the collocation, both sides of the paper instead of pages. And some of you miss the S because we have two sides, so we have S after side. 53, try not to sharpen them too often so that they last longer. So it's giving a negative sense, which is do not sharpen them. So we have try not to. We have the negative word not right after the verb in this imperative. Imperative, which means we put a verb at the beginning of the sentence. We use imperative in command or order so that it is convincing. Question 54. If you use paper towels to dry your hands in the washroom, don't use more than you need. So in this if conditional sentence, we have the if clause to provide a possible condition. Somehow we can also use when. Somehow we can also use the word should. Like, should you use paper towels to dry your hands in the washroom? Don't use more than you need. So if you use should, it increases the formality, which is more formal. Say you're writing a letter of complaint or your letter of advice, which is more formal. Then you use should. Like, should you have any questions, please contact me as soon as possible. Question 55. How many other ways can you think of to help save trees? So this is a collocation, fixed collocation that we have of or up after think to tell the meaning that this is to bring some ideas, to come up with some ideas. Question 56. Do you use an electric hand dryer in the washroom instead of paper towels? So in this question, quite a few of you wrote rather of paper towels, which is wrong because when we try to compare two things, we can either say, I prefer A rather than B, or I prefer A than B, or you can have, I would rather have B. So if you have rather of paper towels, it's wrong. We don't have this collocation. When you see of, you know it's always with instead of. Question 57. If you do, don't use it for longer than necessary. So this is a follow-up of the previous question in question 56. We use do because in the question before we can say the verb do. But some of you use the type 2 conditional sentence, which is if you did, don't use it for longer than necessary. It is wrong since this is not in the type 2 sense. In type 2 sense, we're trying to say something impossible to happen in the if clause. Say if I were a boy or if I were a girl. But in this sentence, it's possible that you do use your electric hand dryer in the washroom. So we use type 1 conditional sentence instead. Question 59. When you're finished washing your hands, make sure that you turn the faucets off tightly so that the water doesn't drip. So quite a few of you wrote turn the faucet off tightly, make sure or ensure that the water doesn't drip. So it's quite weird since in the previous line you can already see make sure that you turn the faucets off tightly, make sure that the water doesn't drip. So this is weird that we have too many same and similar words in one sentence. And even you want to use make sure or ensure, you need to have to link the two parts, turn the faucets off tightly to make sure that the water doesn't drip. Since water doesn't drip is a purpose for you to turn the faucets off. So in this question, you can answer with so that or and that, which also give a sense of consequences or the reason or purpose of the action. Quite a few of you make a careless mistake in question 60, writing to put their plastic bottles, aluminum cans, and paper inside the bins. But then when you read the instruction again carefully, you can see you can only write one word in the blank. So the pronoun them would be used to represent the bins. Question 61. If you buy takeaway food at lunchtime, avoid or stop using styrofoam boxes. So here we use stop or avoid. Quite a few of you wrote remember using styrofoam boxes. First of all, the meaning is different, like avoid using or remember using is totally different. So in this negative sense, we use stop and avoid. We also know that we use stop or avoid because of the verb, the gerund used in using. Okay, so if you really want to say remember, or even in this sense, remember is right. We know that we don't have remember doing something. We only say remember doing something when we try to express something that we regret. Say, I remember playing tricks on my best friend. So something you regret about. Or another way that you use remember would be remember not to play tricks on others. So we have to instead of having the gerund. We use to infinitive. So when we are using to infinitive, we are giving a command or a suggestion instead. Question 63, the answer would be take or bring your own plastic lunchbox to the restaurant. So quite a few of you use your own plastic lunchbox, but then you miss the word to. So you don't really say use your plastic lunchbox to somewhere, right? Question 64. Try to persuade your friends to do the same or to do the above. So if you say to do the above, which means to follow the suggestions least above, but normally we use the same with the article the. Say in this example, it is embarrassing as we fall in love with the same person. So we always see same with the. So this is a fixed collocation that you can remember. Question 66 and 67, are they in poor condition? So we have this collocation in, an adjective, and a condition. So you can say in poor condition, in good condition, in fair condition. Or are you just bored with them or bored wearing them? I would say we normally use with, but then nowadays more and more people are using bored of something. So it's getting famous using it, so it become normal and become kind of correct nowadays. You may wonder why you can use the gerund after bored, say just bored wearing them. So actually in this example, you can see you can use it in this way too, like I'm bored of the game, I'm bored with the game, or you can say I get bored playing the game. So you use the gerund with the verb instead of just the noun, the game. 68. Some of you use at the lunch break or after school. We only use at in a very precise and accurate time, say at 1 o'clock, at 2 o'clock. But then for lunch break, which is a longer period, then you use in or during. Question 69. You could sell the clothes that you no longer want and buy new ones from your friends. So you can use no longer, which means you're not doing something anymore. In this example, this video is no longer available online due to censorship. So it's not available online anymore. Question 70. some of you wrote those money that you earn could be donated to the charity. So you know that money is uncountable. So we can't say these money or those money. You can use the determiner, the money, referring to the money you got after selling the clothes, or any money, or all money. In question 71, quite a few of you made a careless mistake by saying could be donate to a charity. But then you know that you need to use passive voice after be. So we have the answer could be donated or could be given. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Later on, please work on the Google form to check your understanding of the common mistakes you made in this exercise. Good luck, and remember to jot down notes on your notebook. Bye.